Excuse me, guys. Do you guys have an internship for this summer?
He does.
Where at?
Deloitte.
Damn. Okay. We gotta go around the country interviewing like the top students about their top internships. And since you're working at Deloitte,
Yeah.
you gonna do like a small interview with me?
Let's do it.
So a lot of people say the market is really cooked. How did you ace the case interview, especially for Deloitte?
Understanding the lingo. So like, for example, in one of my case interviews, I somehow started to talk about LeBron James and I just brought him into the case study. So just bringing it down to people makes it a lot easier.
How I love LeBron. Outside of course, expressing your love for LeBron, what do you think separates a good case interviewer from a great case interviewer?
I think the biggest thing is restating the question. So when they tell you what is expected of this, kind of be like building off of what I said, restate the question, bring it down to your terms and restate the problem in your own framework. I think that grounds the question and then it allows for a really good answer and explanation. Don't over-explain yourself. Keep it simple and casual. If they ask for follow-up, that's good, but you have to realize that when you're going with these interviews, they're really just trying to test how you interact with them.
What do you think is the biggest mistake you see with students when case interviewing?
For a case study, they're trying to really see your high-level thinking. So keep it surface level, keep it high level, but still demonstrate that you do have that ability to think in the details.
So outside of case interviewing, the biggest thing that I hear online is referrals. What do you think is your biggest referral cheat code?
For Deloitte, anytime they had an event on campus, I was on their like registration list and everything. So my name is there. I think coffee chats are really fun because you just get to know about someone as a person. And I like to think that a lot of companies hire a specific kind of people. That's a pretty good indication of what the company is going to be like as well. I went to a bunch of clubs and stuff where they had Deloitte speakers. You can tell that there's like a certain way that they talk.
What is the one thing that students underestimate when networking and consulting?
People chase consulting because it's like a really sexy salary and like all that stuff. Consulting is a work where it is a lot of nitty gritty. There's going to be those long hours and everything. When you are networking and stuff, you can kind of ask people like, how do you deal with, because that shows that you are really thinking about more than just the surface level salary, the perks and benefits. So if you show that you are willing to, go through it and adapt to whatever situation you're going to be in, I think that shows like a much deeper level of care into the role.
So you mentioned cold applying and how almost important it is to land the internship. What is your biggest tip to create that resume that stands out when you're cold applying?
In the first 1/4 of your resume, you have to have the coolest things that you've done, best work that you've done, and it has to have numbers, impact, bold stuff.
What is your biggest cold email cheat code though for consulting?
Consultants are the busiest people on earth, so you have to keep it short, simple, to the point. If you want to like meet with someone, give them a very discrete list of times that you're available just so that they can understand exactly how it fits.